Well, hello there, and welcome to Deeping Hedgehog Watch. This time with a twist. The twist is you've got me talking over it, and this is kind of because it is Hedgehog Awareness Week, and that started yesterday, I believe, which was May the 4th. So it's actually May the 5th now that I'm recording this, but so I can't say May the 4th be with you, but we have got hedgehogs in space! Or, well, hedgehogs in a confined space, I suppose we can say, because we've got the usual scrapping for food, for space, and whatever. We've got the I'll tell you now. We've got 3 hedgehogs that were in last night. So I put the camera out and left it out all night. And then when I tried to get the video footage this morning, the batteries had run flat. So we didn't get a full night's recording, but we did record from the first visit, which was around 9:30, as you'll see, until about 10:30, and we got some good stuff from that. So we're going to take a look at that now, and I'm going to do a little bit of commentary over it. And I have already watched it because I've edited together a couple of bits of footage. It's only a couple of minutes of footage, but it's interesting. It is quite similar to a lot of the footage that I've put on before, but there's always something a bit different. And I'll describe it as we go, and you'll see what I mean. But let's just dive into the video. So the first visit, as you can see, I think this is the first recorded visit, is at 9:36, and we see there is one hedgehog in there, and he's been there for a few minutes at this point, happily chomping away. And player 2 has entered the game. And look at that. That was quite a smooth transition, wasn't it? So what I've seen happen before is it can go one of 2 ways. Either another hedgehog comes in and they happily, because there's, by the way, there's food, 2 bowls of food there, so it's a double like cat dish type of food bowl, and they've both got a fairly decent amount of is it Purina? I use Purina cat food, and they are happily sharing space this time. But it can go one of 2 ways. They can either do that, or they get into a fight, and that can be very entertaining. They start headbutting each other and pushing each other, and you're going to see a bit of that. But the moment they're getting on okay, they're sat next to each other, chomping away, and everything is fine. But there was obviously a bit of an altercation at the beginning. We don't know if these hedgehogs know each other, but we just have to see what's happening. Okay, cut to some minutes later. They're happily eating together, either side. Everything's fine. Everyone's happy. Oh. So lefty hedgehogs decided to climb up on the bowl. And then here we go. Look, player 3 has entered the game. What's going to happen here? No. Get out. Get out my box. Okay, and then sometime later, or not that long afterwards, we're still seeing these 2 hedgehogs having a little altercation. Now, I don't know what. I'll just pause it. I don't know what your take is on this, or you may be watching this and know more about hedgehogs than I do. But there's two things that happen in these videos. Either they come in to eat, or they come in to try and mate. And I think what you often see is that one of them is in there already eating, and he's in there to eat. He hasn't come to mate. He's just come there to eat. He's gone in the box to eat some food. That's all he's gone in there for. Another hedgehog comes in, and you notice that they've got no interest in the food whatsoever. There's a food bowl, with plenty of food in it, next to where the other hedgehog is eating, and all that hedgehog, and you've seen this on previous videos, not so much on this one, but all the new hedgehog that's just come in is interested in is having a special cuddle with the hedgehog that is eating the food. And the hedgehog that's eating the food, generally speaking, is, I'm here to eat, and get out, basically. Try not to swear. But that's the way it tends to go. So, and more often than not, that is what I see. So it's usually a case of one hedgehog's in there eating, or two, as was the case here, and then another one comes in and starts busting the place up. And that panting noise, it is basically a mating noise, but it can also mean a kind of under threat sort of noise, a panic. So it has both meanings. But anyway, it's played out fairly peacefully at this. Obviously, there was a bit of headbutting that went on, but it's played out fairly peacefully this time. That's the end of the footage, actually. So it looks like, the hedgehog's just going to go in there and eat, and the other one's eating. So yeah, that is it. There's only a couple of minutes of footage there. There was, as I say, about an hour's worth, and it is mostly just, hedgehogs getting along and eating together, or a hedgehog eating on his own, just crunching away. And I only upload stuff that I think looks interesting, or it doesn't have to necessarily be they're fighting. In fact, better that they're not, as entertaining as that is. But if they're just sat next to each other, contentedly eating together and sharing space, that is also entertaining, I think. So I like to get that as well. But that's not usually what you get. Anyway, so this has been for Deeping Hedgehog Watch. Simon Crowson reporting. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more.